lot of things, and I've been running from God because I've been a nerd since a child. And,
Jesus.
And I don't know my purpose and how Pastor just said we came together, and I walk by, I'm like, man, I'm sitting here. I'm from New Orleans, first off. Let me start off. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of nervous, but the Spirit going to work through it because this
Come on.
It's not something that I sit here and say, oh, Pastor, you can do it. No, this is what I want. And the trip partner to tell you, I just want to really tell you this because he say, speak bold. The Spirit is in here because
Jesus.
that song was the song I purchased on my JPay player when my mother passed, and it kept me strong.
My God.
Sit there with me, he was gone. But that was a song and I broke down. That's why I'm still kind of shaky because the Spirit is in here.
Yeah.
Listen, brother, well, I got to tell you this first because when I first left I'm from New Orleans, but I'm from the West Bank. My family members, they from Platinum Parish, Belchase. When we come back, I got to give you my first life story. And this just kind of, it's weird because the Spirit led me to see it, and I got my brother here with me. And he's, he's going through a lot of battle, but God gave me the strength to go through what he's going through to give him the opportunity to see something better.
Jesus. Jesus.
And it's causing me trouble a lot with what I got going on in my situation, life and everything, because I know I want to be a fisherman for God. I remember when I used to have them purchase, tell my mama Fridays purchase for me with this commodity corn. I remember these days.
Jesus.
So now he didn't transform me from doing what I was doing because it's nothing to me negative, but it's a lot to take the positive.
Jesus.
If you take the negative, it's going to drain the positive. And if we steady keeping negative in front of us and always around us, it's going to constantly drain us. But we have to have control over that negative and positive. We have to know how to turn it off and turn it on. Right? So if we see that and Jesus said it, if your brother sin, you keep on forgiving them.
Yes.
It's the same. If we see that what we doing is not helping this person, I'm not saying I don't love you. I just got to back away. I just want to say that the Spirit led me to say that. But I come from a single mother, and I tried so hard to keep my brother from the life that I didn't want it for myself. But coming home with a single mother, welfare, I remember the blue checks and all that. It ain't enough. So I started what I thought that was good is selling drugs. And I never ever read a Bible because when I was coming up, all I know how to do was sell drugs. I ain't know how to read. But I can tell you some numbers. I can make you rich.
Jesus.
I ain't know how to read, so I can't honestly say, I sit there and say, yeah, I read the Bible. No, I ain't read the Bible out my entire life to 2022. And when I read it, I was sitting, I told Pastor, I said, man, I was sitting in the jail. I lost my mind doing Idol. I thought I had to win crazy doing Idol because everything was happening, and this is my testimony. I'm not telling you this the phrase, because it changed me for the person I am to sit here and tell y'all what I'm telling y'all, to give y'all a portion of my life. And it was a heavy toll on me going through the things I went through. And I went through a lot doing Idol. I'm tossing it. I'm thinking everything else. Oh, get high, drink. I'm gonna get that. But the money good. I'm looking good. Girls don't know why they see a nice car. They see me looking good. They don't know I'm to the last hit, and I sit there and I pray and I say, man, I can't do this no more. Jesus. I can't. 2 days later, I was in jail. I don't know how it happened. I was in jail, and I sit there and I say, I'm going to write me some raps because I can rap. And God said, you serious? After all the darkness you've been through, you done rode all the way from China all the way here with all these weapons and thinking people after you. And you serious? You talking about going rap violence?
Jesus.
So I looked at the chaos. I said, you know what? I'm going to order me a tablet. And I started to walk over there, and guess what was over there? That little blue Bible, the one you always see when you go to jail. Sitting in the window. Boy, I tell you. And I went and grabbed it. I grabbed it. I started searching, reading it. Like I said, I learned. I'm skipping, but I'm just trying to give you the testimony of how I found God. And like I say, glory be to God. We will have some. I'm working this and working on something. We should have some pamphlets to, nurture the kids on how to get right and function on life. Because a lot of us have been in dysfunctional families.
Jesus.
We all been through it. We can't sit here and say we never been through nothing.
Come on.
I don't care about how we look or whatever. We got cuts and wounds, the same one Jesus had.
Come on.
We have them in us.
Jesus.
And it hurt constantly.
Jesus.
My gratitude is to try to grab the young youth. Because what we do out, what I once was doing out in the street and what you see now, it's not what's up. It's not the thing to think that nice car, that nice young man, that looking good, this and that, everything is bad. If you ain't serving God or doing the right thing, or he ain't opening the doors for that person to be that person, it's bad. You know what I mean? Because if that person still sticking and doing whatever, it's something that God got connected that you can bind with. But like I was saying, met pastor, and it just was a world change. I went to jail. I said, man, I don't want it. I just started preaching and ministering to brothers, and I'm sitting there, and I sit there. I was on a 2-man, I was on a 40-man till, like 3 people in a circle, and I just woke up. I'm trying to, I know it's, I woke up and then I went to the block. I don't know what. I'm in Word. I don't know how I ended up in the block. The brother told me, I'm gonna give you 3 days to yourself. I woke up 2 days later. I was in the block for 3 days. I come back, but I was 3 people prayer circle. I come back, he placed me on another tip. Glory be to God. Guess what? 16 people.
Jesus.
16 people, and they all streaming. And then if I do anything outrageous, they're all streaming for best life changing ever. Because I've been through it. I can sit there and tell you everything that you ever been through, from not just the males, from the females. But what I haven't ever been through is the joy that I feel with God. But it's like I'm steady. It's like he won't let me go. But I pray. And I'm not going to hold you all too long, but I also have to say this because I have my brother here. And you wouldn't believe how we met. I was 12. I think I was in 7th grade. Not gonna worry, y'all probably heard about the Blood and Crip game back in New Orleans. Well, he from one of the biggest hoods. I'm from one of the biggest hoods. He a Blood, I'm a Crip.
Mercy.
God don't do nothing for it. And I'm talking about we couldn't, and we
Come
it
on.
just couldn't.
Come on.
And I love him. I'll lay down anything
Jesus.
to get on the path. It's hard, but it's easy.
Come on.
You gotta keep God first. And every time you fall, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
Yes.
Just get up. He know you're gonna fall. He know you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do. He know you're gonna go to that club. He know you're gonna do. He know that. Just get up and go to church too.
Jesus.
Give him the Bible. Give him his time. He gonna work on all that. You're gonna fade away from that club. You're gonna fade away from this.
Come on.
I love y'all, and we should have more. I don't want to hold too much, but God bless y'all.
Good.
My mama, and she doing everything she could at no cost. I just want to do God work. So if you ladies need anything done around here, I'm here. And whatever God lay on your heart, that's what it is. But I'm here to do his work, man. Got young children. Love y'all.